Ethiopia has about 51.3 million hectares of arable land. Only 20%, which covers 12 million hectares of arable land, is currently being cultivated. Despite their importance, root crops make up less than 2% of the total annual production. Currently, more than 5 million small-scale farmers are producing root and tuber crops on 215,000 hectares of land in the main rainy season, of which 1 million are potato producers. Potato production in the highlands of Ethiopia was characterized by poor quality and low volume of production, mainly attributable to the existence of various diseases during rainy season and lack of adaptable and high-yielding quality seeds. Hence, farmers, particularly in the highlands of Ethiopia, were forced to abandon planting of rain-fed potato and instead produce other crops which are less productive and profitable. Hailu Lemma is a farmer in Sinazada Qabale, one of the highlands in the south regional state of Ethiopia. He was one of the farmers whose livelihood was affected by food insecurity due to absence of disease-resistant and high-yielding seed variety in his area.
ከዚህ በፊት ልጅ ማስተማር ቀርቶ ወደ ከተማ ነበር የምንልከው። ለምን? ምግባቸው አይቻልም፣ ልብሳቸው አይቻልም፣ ደብተራቸው አይቻልም። ዛሬ ይሄ ለኛ ቀልድ ነው። ደብተር፣ ምግብ፣ ልብስ።
In the past, we used to send our children to towns for labor rather than to send them to schools. The reason was that we had difficulties to cover their meal and clothing expenses as well as school fees. I'd experienced while raising children mean during hard times. It was horrible.
My name is Zawdinesh Asafa. I am a resident in Sinazda Qabale in South Regional State. Before, we had a problem of feeding my children since I had large family size with many children. We used to consume immature insect or false banana. I used to face a serious problem to feed my family. Lack of improved agronomic practices, poor quality seed supply, soil fertility depletion, lack of natural resource conservation and utilization, as well as capacity limitation to control major diseases have remained to be the major challenges affecting potato production in Ethiopia. In addition, potato production was constrained by poor storage facility, market information, and lack of value addition process. The situations have exacerbated the food insecurity problem and poor livelihood conditions in the highlands of Ethiopia.
ከዚህ በፊት በዚህ እዚህ ሀገር እዚህ አካባቢ ማለት በቀለብ እንኳን ራሳችን እንኳን አንችልም በዱሮ ድንቹ
In the past, we had difficulties to meet our consumption demand. We used to reap up to 20 quintals per hectare. We used to live in huts and sleep on floor.
እንግዲህ እኛ ምን በላው ያው በክርምት በጣም እንቸግር ነበር። በጋ እንኳን ትንሽ ውስን በጣም እንቸግር
We
ነበር።
used to face serious challenge to meet our food demand. Previously, our potato production had been affected by blight. Its productivity was minimal and could not meet even our consumption. We were forced to consume a mature part of insect, otherwise known as false banana.
One of the main problems in Ethiopia regarding potato production is lack of good quality potatoes and not applying recommended agricultural practices, and thirdly, the marketing aspect. The marketing aspect has been ad hoc and sometimes there is good market, but the market during the harvest season is very poor and farmers have difficulties in selling their potatoes. These three major factors are the major challenges in Ethiopia potato production.
With an intention of ensuring food security and improving the livelihood of farmers, Center for International Potato Research, CIP CFC, and the Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research have been jointly implementing a project called Wealth Creation through Integrated Development of Potato Production and Marketing in Ethiopia since 2008.
The impact of this wealth creation project on potato on the agriculture system can be assessed from different perspectives. We can take with regard to introducing new techniques to the country and also in physical capacity development.
The project, which involves growing of clean potato seeds, also aims to improve market linkage and communication among potato value chain stakeholders through implementing a new technology called aeroponics. Gebramedhin Walde Georgis is one of the most senior researcher and country coordinator of the project. He says the new potato seeds varieties, namely Jalene and Gudene, are very productive in Ethiopia.
Because we had a problem of producing mini tubers and also pre-basic and basic seed production in the country. So this aeroponics has really built our capacity in terms of seed production. So this time we have managed really to produce about more than 200,000 mini tubers per year using the aeroponics and also the existing.
This CIP project የምንለው
CIP has been supporting this project since 2 years now, and it offers training in capacity building to identify diseases that affect potato and sweet potato. And the very purpose of this project was to supply clean and high-yielding potato seed. We've managed to distribute this clean seed to growers, and these clean potato seedlings are free from any virus even during this rainy season.
ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ በመሆኑ ተደራጅቶ ድንች እንዲያመርቱ በምንልበት ሰዓት ብዙ አስቸጋሪ ነበር። ሆኖም ግን 25 አባላት ያሉት
When the improved seed variety was introduced by Holet Agricultural Research Center, there was resistance from the farmer side. Later, when the Holet Agricultural Research Center formed and provided select potato seed to a 25-member association, and the new seed potato became very productive, having seen the result, other 4 associations have been set up. The first association has reaped 52,000 birds from a hectare.
In an effort to expand the technology across the farmers, intensive trainings have been offered to more than 250 frontline extension staff and agricultural experts. The experts, in turn, have trained over 3,000 farmers in seed potato production since the project's inception in September 2008. The theoretical and practical trainings include demonstration, seed multiplication, and dissemination, as well as creation of market linkage. The project being implemented in 6 districts, namely Gumer, Tukur Inchini, Wanchi, Geta, Chalia, and Azbi Wemberta in South Oromia and Tigray regional states, has proven to be successful. Productivity in the project areas has risen to an average of 32 tons compared to 8 tons per hectare of the national average. Particularly, trained farmers harvested more than 1,709 tons of seed tubers in a season and become major potato seed supplier across the country.
ሁለት እርሻ ምርምር ችግራችን አጥንቶ ለችግራችን መፍትሄ ሊሆን ብዙ ጥረት አድርጎ ከችግራችን አላቆናል። ደፍሬ እናገራለሁ ከችግራችን ረስተነዋል።
The Holet Agricultural Research Center has provided us good solution to our problem. It relieved us from age-long problems. Now we forget our problems. Like the past, it's easy to send our children to school. We feed our children to their best satisfaction. It's really nice to raise children in times of happy days. I want to extend my thanks to the Holet Agricultural Research Center.
ይሄ ድንች ከመጣልን በኋላ በጣም ለውጥ አይተናል። በጣም እንደው በረከት ገብቶልናል እኮ ልጆቻችን።
Following the introduction of this potato, we have witnessed remarkable changes. We consider it as a blessing. We send our children to school. Contrary to the past, we feed ourselves timely. It is absolutely different from the past time.
ትልቁ ለውጥ አግኝቼበታለሁ። ለምን በፊት እኮ ልብስ እንኳን ማልበስ አንችልም። አሁን ሊዘር ነው የምንለብሰው። አሁን ልብስ እንኳን ማልበስ
አንችልም። to grow potato seed, our life has changed to the better. This time we sleep in high quality bed. Last season I managed to earn 150,000 birr from potato sale. Now we can harvest up to 400 quintals per hectare. We've built a house with corrugated iron sheet, and I plan to buy a truck in the near future. And the Holet Agricultural Research Center has enabled us to live better lives.
ይህን እንድንሰርተ የራሳችን ከተለወጥን በኋላ ግን በፋሚሊ ላይ ነው የምንተኛው፣ በስፖንጅ ላይ። ሌላ ጊዜ ደግሞ በእንትን ላይ ነው፣ በመደብ ላይ ነው የምንተኛው። በጣም ለውጥ አግኝተናል።
A new potato storing method called DLS has been introduced and adopted at all project implementation sites. The method enabled the farmers to store their potato seeds for up to 9 months. By making use of the DLS, the farmers could prevent their potato from deterioration. Once the farmers realized the advantage of applying the technology, they started to form associations. The number of seed grower associations has increased through time.
ይህንን ዘር አርሶ አደሩ በግሉ ማግኘት ቢፈልግ በቀላሉ ማግኘት የማይችልበት ሁኔታ ነበር። ግን በገበሬ ምርምር ቡድን ከወለታ ጋር
There was no possibility for a farmer to get the seed. After the seed was introduced, we formed a group called Farmers Research Team. Then member of the team could easily access the select seed variety, and we've expanded the experience to other places. So far, 103 farmers research teams have been set up. When this project went operational in 2008, there was one association with 21 members. The number of associations has shown increment from time to time, and the volume of production and potato farming has also grown. The income of the farmers has shown remarkable growth. Last season only the farmers have earned over 2 million birr from sale of more than 3,600 quintals of potato.
አሁን እዚህ ከመጣሁ ወዲህ ወለታ እርሻ ምርምር እንጀራ ይውጣለት አምጥቶ በማህበር አደራጅቶን በ25 ሰዎች አደራጅቶን 10 ኩንታል አምጥቶ ሰጠን።
After the Holet Agricultural Research Center supplied a select seed, we are living better life. Now I can feed my children and send them to school. Last year, I earned 30,000 birr, and the previous season I secured 106,000 birr from sale of 106 quintals of potatoes.
የራሳቸው እንኳን የማዳበሪያ መጠን ለይተው የሚያውቁ ለየትኛው ማሳ ምን ያህል ማዳበሪያ መጠን ነው የሚያስፈልገው
Now they are aware of the amount of fertilizer they need, and they also know the spacing between each potato plant. They've begun to apply knowledge-based activities and become innovative. This season they have managed to earn 1.5 million from sale of their product, all members of the group of insured food security. It has been 2 years since the project was introduced at this area, and I used to harvest up to 2 quintals of crop from the same hectare. That was less than the demand of my family consumption, and after the introduction of the select potato seed, we produce 4 times of the previous volume. The surplus production is being sold at good sum of money.
ዘላቂነቱን በተመለከተ ይሄው ህብረተሰቡ በየጓሮው ብትሄድ መጋዘን መስራቱ የልማቱ ዘላቂነት ያሳያል። ከዛም ደግሞ ቴክኖሎጂ
With regard to the sustainability of the technology is obvious. The farmers have already built a diffusion light store system at their respective backyards, and they have well understood about the technology. Our assistance would only be useful at times of disease outbreak.
ባለሙያ የሚያስፈልገን ለገበያው እንደገና ደግሞ ለአንዳንድ ለሚከሰተው ምናልባት ለሚከሰተው ነገር አልፎ ይከሰታል።
This time we do not need the assistance of agricultural professionals. We need them only for marketing and during outbreak of disease.
Currently markets available because we have several projects in the country, NGOs. They all need good seed. So the farmer seed producers were able to get market for their produce, and they sold at very high prices, and they get income from potato seed production like not any other crop. It gives maybe 3, 4, 5 times more income. So farmers have seen all this. They were committed, and they wanted to take advantage of this. All these things combined, I think, have made this project a success.
Another major achievement that we can say from this project is really before this, the introduction of such improved potato technologies, farmers were not really in a position to grow potato during the main season. So one really big achievement is farmers in these intervention areas are managing to grow potatoes using the improved technologies, which include seed, variety, and also agronomic practice. So the advantage of growing during the main season is that most of the farmers in the highlands of Ethiopia, there is a shortage of food during September to October, where any crop is not ready for harvest. So if farmers are managing to grow potatoes between June and September, because it's a short duration crop, it really matures during September, October. So during that time, which we call it hunger, there is a gap for where they could not get any food. So that time, really farmers are very happy.
The new project, to be expanded in other areas, is believed to address food insecurity and improve the livelihood of millions of households across Ethiopia. CIP, CFC, and the Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research take the credit for this to happen.
To acknowledge some organization like the CFC, who has been the source of fund for this project, and the other organization to be acknowledged is CIP. CIP is a very long-standing partner to the Ethiopian Institute of Agriculture Research, and most of our success on potato has been attributed through our partnership. They have been helping us for the last 2 or 3 decades.